I would like to call up the fabulous Hillsborough County State Attorney Suzy Lopez.
Okay.
Because did you see this cretin, this woman that was arrested for breaking into a neighbor's house who had evacuated and is like stealing their crap from inside their house?
Is she squatting in there?
Well, she broke in and stole stuff.
Oh.
The update here is from yesterday because the woman appeared before a judge in Hillsborough County. Listen to this. Hillsborough County judge has ordered a Tampa woman held in jail until her trial after she was accused of burglarizing the home of a Hurricane Milton evacuee, according to Fox 13. During Jennifer Weekel's, W-E-C-A-L, during Jennifer Weckle's court appearance on Monday, Hillsborough County Sheriff's Detective Matthew Gaither, Gaither High School is named after him,
It is.
testified that Weekle knew that her neighbor had evacuated as Milton approached, and after the storm passed, broke into the neighbor's home. Gaither said a witness, when asking Weekle what she was doing, reported that Weekle said she worked for the government. What? She's hauling stuff out of people's houses, and she's saying, oh, yeah, I work for the government. And then she pretended to take a picture of the home or something. But the witness also noticed that Weekle was taking items out of the home and loading it into her car. Gaither, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputy, testified that Weekle was a suspect, spotted her walking around the neighborhood. Hillsborough County State Attorney Suzy Lopez said the burglary happened during the state of emergency. That's why I want to call her up, because charges are enhanced if you commit a crime during a state of emergency.
Really?
Yeah. So there were illegal drugs involved, and then the items she stole. Let me get Suzy Lopez on the phone. Suzy Lopez, the state attorney for Hillsborough County, up for re-election in a couple of weeks here. I think she's going to be standing by for our phone call. 813. All right, calling up Suzy Lopez, Hillsborough County State Attorney. This is just appalling. This is horrific.
Good morning, MJ.
Is this Madam State Attorney Suzy Lopez?
It sure is. How you doing?
We are doing well. So we just kind of went over the story about this Jennifer Weckle, whatever her pronunciation is. I mean, how horrific is this that she's busting into neighborhood homes during the evacuation and stealing stuff?
You know, MJ, this happened on Thursday morning. Now, the storm came in Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Thursday morning at 8 or 9 o'clock, and this was in Town and Country. And Town and Country was a neighborhood that was just ravaged.
Yeah, Baycrest was hit really hard.
And so the resident of this home had evacuated, but she was smart, and she told her neighbors that she was evacuating. So when their neighbors saw a woman in a tank top and flowered shorts going in and out of her house, they went up to her and said, "What are you doing?" And she said, "I'm with the government." Well, the government's not going to send somebody in a tank top and flowered shorts to go and take things out of somebody's home.
Yeah, removing stuff out of the home and then putting it in her car. So apparently she was taking out jewelry, watches, purses, and also took a gun out of the house.
A gun, MJ. And so eventually the neighbors said something's fishy, and so an investigation began, and the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office did a fantastic job in tracking this woman down and getting her identified. And when she was arrested, she had a bag of methamphetamine and a bag of fentanyl in her pocket.
Wow. What a fine, upstanding citizen.
Yeah. And so on Monday, we filed, the state attorney's office filed a motion for pretrial detention, which is mandatory now because this charge, burglary of a dwelling, is a second-degree felony punishable by up to 15 years in prison. However, because this was during a state of emergency, it becomes a first-degree felony punishable by up to 30 years in the Florida State Prison. We filed the motion, and the judge granted it, so she is now being held on no bond on that burglary charge.
Until trial?
Until trial or the resolution of the case. She sure is.
Wow. You going to offer her a plea deal, or you want this to go to trial?
You know, it it's going to be up to her what she wants to do, but the message is very clear, and I've been saying this for the last several weeks, since Helene even. You're going to be held accountable if you take advantage of our citizens in Hillsborough County, especially during a state of emergency.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, so many of us evacuated, and we wanted to come home to make sure that our houses were not damaged by Milton. And in fact, this lady's house was damaged by one of her fellow citizens. So it's just not acceptable. She is looking at significant prison time based on the charge. I mean, she's looking at up to 30 years in the Florida State Prison.
Oh, wow.
We'll see how everything comes out, but she's going to be held accountable, and I'm confident that she's going to serve a good bit of time in prison.
Does she have a previous record?
She does. It includes drug charges, which is not surprising because she had drugs in her pocket when she was arrested.
Yeah, meth and fentanyl. And you even put out a statement that now is not the time to prey on your neighbors. So even apparently, was this before the incident that you put out the statement that don't?
Yeah, I mean, we started these statements, MJ, before Helene.
Yeah.
Not realizing that we were going to have that 1-2 punch that we did. But we've made it very clear that you're going to be held accountable if you take advantage of your neighbors in any way. Contracting without a license, burglary, theft, you name it, we're going to hold you accountable.
Suzy Lopez, Hillsborough County State Attorney, thank you. And throw the book at her because you got to make an example. And we'll follow the case and see what happens. I appreciate you coming on the MJ Morning Show again.
Absolutely. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.
You too.
It's Suzy Lopez. She's been fantastic for Hillsborough County.
She has.
So if she said now is not the time to burgle or take advantage of fellow citizens, does she have any tips for burglars out there as to when a more appropriate time would be? Maybe after Easter? I don't know.
But to then get caught up in the enhanced charges, what a dumbass.
Idiot.
Yeah, total. And we're looking at her mugshot right now, and her mugshot's like, womp, womp.
Well, here I am.
Womp, womp.
I'll be here for the next 30 years if you need me.
Oh, boy, yeah, she's in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, Jennifer Weckle. What a stupid move. You like the video? If so, go ahead and click like, share, subscribe, and get more.